What's going on, fellow A-Plusers? It's your boy, Adam Perez. We're back once again with a brand new video today as we have a little bit of a Power Rangers update for you guys. I know it's been a minute. I haven't really had the opportunity to talk Power Rangers here in quite some time. I really try not to drop like leaks, rumors, and things like that. I like when other sources really have more concrete evidence before we kind of talk big news with you guys around here. And so for some reason today, I thought, you know what? Today is the day to at least get into our Power Ranger bag. I don't know if it's because we've been doing a couple of Super Sentai videos here and there that got me wanting to get into my more phenomenal bag and talk some Power Rangers with you guys this week. But we wind up getting an article from Mega Power Brazil. I believe they are an official affiliate with Hasbro, if I'm not mistaken. But they wind up having some information drop as of yesterday that I thought would be interesting to go ahead and bring to your guys' attention to maybe resuscitate and let people know that there might be certainly still some life left when it comes to this Power Rangers reboot. I have had some people already approach me about the idea of the Power Ranger reboot is dead sort of thing. Look, time will certainly tell, but I do think any update certainly helps in regards to rejuvenating the talk about some Power Rangers reboot. And I think it's also fair to remember when it comes to this, we have also had a writer strike, an actor strike in 2023 that probably stalled a lot of the pre-production and the development of Power Rangers as we had known it. So now that studios are kind of getting back on their feet, we have seen schedules kind of move around and things like that. So it definitely makes sense in the idea as to why there's been a lack of news and maybe why we might start seeing a trickling of news here beginning in 2024. How much news we'll get, who certainly knows, but I thought this piece of information was pretty fascinating. So let me go ahead and bring this up for you guys here. This comes to us from Mega Power Brazil, letting us know that the new Power Rangers series will have hour-long episodes. And again, I definitely recommend you guys check out this site. You do have to translate it into English, and that's exactly what we did here. But let's go ahead and dive into this, man. It says, months without an official update, we have new information about the Power Ranger reboot that will premiere soon on Netflix. The official website of Jenny Klein, hired in 2022 to be the showrunner of the new Power Ranger series, was updated that February, so relatively recent here. Previously, the description of the project on the website was currently under contract with Entertainment One to create Power Rangers for Netflix with Jonathan Entwistle. Entwistle was the first name on this project that was announced in the middle of Hasbro's purchase of Power Rangers. He is responsible for the creation of this new universe, while Klein will helm as a showrunner. Jonathan Entwistle is very much a showrunner himself, a writer and a director, so I'm very much under the impression Jenny Klein was certainly brought on board to help him build this universe, work together to collaborate and really flesh out details, make it a little bit stronger, her as the showrunner. And if anything, I would probably expect Jonathan Entwistle to do maybe the heavy lifting when it comes to the directing work. But a new description on Jenny Klein's website had this to say. Weird Egg Productions was founded by Emmy-nominated writer and producer Jenny Klein, currently in an overall deal with Entertainment One to serve as the showrunner and creator of Power Rangers as a 1-hour TV series. So they have, in fact, at least updated us in the length of some of these episodes. Jenny was a showrunner, creator, and executive producer of the NBC limited series The Thing About Pam, starring Renee Zellweger, which I personally have not had an opportunity to see, but I do believe it had some pretty interesting reviews, to certainly say the least. So look, 1-hour TV series. I do wonder if this development comes from the idea that, look, now that the writer strike is over, we've had some ideas to maybe flesh out the storyline and the scripts, and maybe they have a better understanding now as to the format, as to how they want their series to go. When it comes to Netflix series, the idea of hour-long episodes certainly shouldn't surprise anybody. So if I had to assume, I would assume that this probably means anywhere between 45 minutes to 52 minutes, maybe 55 minutes. Who knows? Maybe they do go over an hour to like an hour and 2 minutes or whatever the case may be. But this definitely fits the format, especially of like a young adult scripted television series. But I do think the idea of them letting us know 1 hour television series, if anything, I think maybe includes the idea of them formulating the scripts a little bit more and getting a sense of how long it'll take to tell some of these episodes. It says the new description of the project on production's website points out to the episodes of the series will last 1 hour. Netflix standard, currently under contract with E1 to serve with 1 hour per episode. Okay, so yeah, it says new information about the new Power Rangers series is expected to be revealed during the year of 2024. And if I had to take my stab at it, we usually do have some announcements or some news, usually when it comes to like Hasbro PulseCon. So it would not surprise me as Jonathan Entwistle continues on with his production for the Karate Kid movie. Maybe behind the scenes, Jenny Klein is working on some things, and eventually maybe we get a bigger announcement come later this fall, whenever the Hasbro PulseCon 2024 happens, if we still have one this year. Again, that aspect is not confirmed by any stretch of the imagination. This is me just certainly speculating as to when we could potentially get more news. But overall, guys, look, I think it's any news is good news. Any updates certainly will definitely help. And for those of you who want to see that on a bigger screen and read it for yourself, here you certainly go. Now, last time I had checked out with Jinsaku behind the scenes, I believe he might have made a post sometime back in April of 2023 in a suggestion that there might be a secondary show that might be taking place that's not necessarily going to have Jonathan Entwistle attached to it, but one that she might be the showrunner of as well. I don't know if there's been any sort of further development in that or if Hasbro has cut that down by the wayside, but it does very much, to me at least, feel like now that we are kind of back on track a little bit here after the writer strike, after the actor strike, there are probably other things that Jonathan Entwistle certainly had on his schedule that he had to focus on first, that certainly being the Karate Kid. And the Karate Kid has had some great development and some great movement. I mean, not only do we have Jackie Chan attached, Ralph Macchio is certainly attached, coming back as Daniel. If anything, they just recently announced the brand new Karate Kid, who's going to be played by Ben Wong from the Disney Plus series American Born Chinese, which I believe got canceled after one season, but certainly wind up getting high praise for the series itself. So I do feel like if Jonathan Entwistle can truly knock this new Karate Kid movie out of the park, which is set to go ahead and drop this December of this year, if everything goes smoothly, if Hasbro continues to like what they're seeing behind the scenes with what Jonathan Entwistle is doing, if the Karate Kid movie gets some pretty good reception towards it, I do think that there will be an anticipated sort of push then by Hasbro to really make sure that this Power Ranger series gets into production. I mean, can you imagine sort of the marketing and the promotional push behind this? New Power Ranger series coming from Jonathan Entwistle, the director of the Karate Kid. After all that big positive buzz, you take somebody like that not only is working with teenagers during this particular time in the film, but also the concept of martial arts and hopefully putting together a really great story and being able to direct that. That's exactly who I want to go ahead and sort of helm my Power Ranger project. So I do think that a lot of things are resting hopefully on the Karate Kid movie, but I do think that this gives Jonathan Entwistle an avenue to, once he's wrapped up with that, maybe somewhere in between sort of the marketing and campaign push for Karate Kid, maybe him and Jenny Klein are working behind the scenes to really flesh out the details of this, and maybe give us some more news towards the tail end of 2024. So look, I'm still positive. I still think that there are certainly signs showcasing the idea that Hasbro has not given up on this. I do believe when it comes to revenue, Power Rangers has probably been relatively good for them. I know Hasbro themselves financially has maybe been struggling a little bit. Correct me if I'm wrong, though, in the comment section box below. Please, I don't mind being wrong. I definitely want some other updates because it's been a minute since I've really followed it. But it's also been a while since we've had any big updates. So if anything, I do feel like there's a little bit of a positive momentum, but it definitely does feel very much like Hasbro is certainly waiting on their hands and knees. Maybe Jenny Klein working on some further things, and they're really waiting for Jonathan Entwistle to come back so they can go ahead and really push this sort of over the finish line. But let me know what you guys think. How do you guys feel about the concept and the idea of 1 hour episodes? Still no idea as to how many episodes we're going to be getting in this series. Maybe Look, been seeing a lot of limited series coming in lately at like 6 episodes. I personally would like 8 to 10. Maybe when it comes to Netflix, they push to 12. But at 1 hour, how many episodes would you guys personally like to see for a Netflix series? And of course, if we get any other big updates here, especially from Mega Power Brazil, we'll definitely go ahead and discuss them with you guys. But let me know your thoughts. At the end of the day, these are just simply my A plus opinions. I want to know yours. Let your thoughts be known in the comment section box below. But until then, do me a big favor as always, guys. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and keep it A plus. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.